Scotland is the burden, UK to thrive without Scotland as nation would see heavy loss. Scotland has been dubbed a burden on the rest of the UK as dreams of a thriving independent nation have been rubbished by an expert. Director General of the think tank Centre for Brexit Policy John Longworth insisted the rest of the UK would be perfectly fine economically without Scotland. During an interview with Express.co.uk, Mr. Longworth argued Scotland was more of a burden. He also highlighted that SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon should be aware an independent Scotland would face economic difficulties while the rest of Brexit Britain thrives. Mr. Longworth also attacked the SNP for the poor management of the nation and warned these issues would continue if it had independence. Mr. Longworth said, "I don't think England and Wales would be at all impacted by Scottish independence to any great degree, in relation to its economic performance. Scotland, in essence, is a burden to England and Wales because we cross-subsidise Scottish citizens. English taxpayers are paying to maintain public services in Scotland. There is trade between the two nations, obviously, as one would expect to continue, particularly because 60% of Scottish goods go to the rest of the UK. I imagine an independent Scotland would like to maintain that. The UK, the Bank of England and UK Treasury, would not have to front the increasing burden of Scottish government debt." Mr. Longworth went on to attack the SNP for the poor leadership in Scotland. He said, "Scotland is effectively being run like a communist country at the moment. This is in relation to the way the public sector operates and the balance of control of the public sector versus the private sector in Scotland. They really need to be careful that they don't end up in a sort of North Korea, South Korea situation, whereby Scotland goes into terminal economic decline and the rest of the UK in a post-Brexit, post-COVID world. Scottish independence is expected to remain a contentious issue as Scotland gears up to hold the Holyrood elections. First Minister Nicola Sturgeon and her SNP party remain consistent in that they believe Scotland should opt for independence and separate itself from the rest of the UK. Boris Johnson has insisted that, following the pandemic, independence should not be a priority and the focus should be on rebuilding back together stronger.